Yo, Hendro here with Average Use Slow-Pitch. If you're wondering why I'm not recording this from a field like normal and I'm actually here sitting in my car, it's because I just got out here to Portales, New Mexico, where I'm headed up to play in a Toys for Tots tournament. A couple buddies invited me to go play in that one, so figured why not get some swings here the weekend before Christmas. And while we're up there, going to get a chance to bring out the brand new Pier All-Out War. So as you can see with this one, white paint job, kind of black pinstripes. This is the 12-inch model, as you can see here. All-Out War there, right? AOW. There's also going to be a 13-inch model this year and a 14-inch model from Pier as well. The tech, I believe, name they're going to go with on this one is currently X25. That could change by drop. That's just kind of info I have at this point. There'll be incremental loads. Obviously, all that additional detail will be on Pier's website prior to drop. But the idea behind it is it's going to be kind of a blend between what you saw with the Lambright Irvine CE Roof X and then with the NDM 1s and 2s. So pretty darn game ready. But still needing a little bit of swings to truly open up while still holding compression for you as well. So we're going to kind of put this thing in the ringer tonight. We're going to go for about 100 swings with the 52s and then probably another 100 or so with the Pro M's. And joining me tonight is going to be a good buddy, Emilio Lovato. He's actually a Pier factory hitter or signature hitter. I'm not sure what they call it over there at Pier. His wife will be joining us as well. She plays conference ball. She's out here in New Mexico as well, Sierra Lovato. And then I've got a good buddy, Mike Martinez, who plays military A with me. I think he's USSSA at this point. And then another former teammate, Brian Looney, who plays with a team called 915 out here in New Mexico. They are currently ranked USSSA B, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got a good mix of guys. We'll get those 52s, then the Pro M's. Hopefully we'll be able to get the kind of final compression test and everyone's kind of final thoughts tonight. But we are starting this BP session around like 8:30. So we'll see what time we get done. We do play in the morning, so we don't want to stay out too late. But worst case, I will go ahead and knock out the compression test once I get back into town on Sunday. And then I'll get kind of everyone's opinions from the bat themselves and kind of provide that to you in the final thoughts back home. So let's go ahead, take this thing out there, see how it performs. Expect this to drop in January, late January 2025. Obviously, you're seeing this early January, so I don't have an official date as of now, but keep your eyes peeled for this one. I'm expecting kind of big things with what we saw from Pier in 2024. All right, let's see where the Pier AOW starts at compression-wise before we throw our swings on it. Let that sit at 0. And kind of what we've come to expect from Pier, just a hair under 275. So we'll throw some 52s on there, then go Pro M's, and then come back with final compression, final thoughts.
98 miles per hour. 89 miles per hour. 71 miles per hour. 83 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour. 94 miles per hour. 70 miles per hour. 91 miles per hour. 94 miles per hour. 97 miles per hour. 70 miles per hour. 84 miles per hour. 89 miles per hour. 96 miles per hour. 70 miles per hour. 93 miles per hour. 97 miles per hour. 92 miles per hour. 70 miles per hour. 97 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour. 104 miles per hour. 72 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour.
Got where the ball hits right there.
107 miles per hour.
Also honeycomb training.
102 miles per hour. 73 miles per hour. 97 miles per hour. 103 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour.
Take that.
69 miles per hour. 90 miles per hour. 106 miles per hour. 99 miles per hour.
There you go.
69 miles per hour. 88 miles per hour. 103 miles per hour.
Honestly, look at that. And curve.
106 miles per hour. 74 miles per hour. 107 miles per hour. 72 miles per hour. 99 miles per hour. 90 miles per hour.
All right, we are back home here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and we're going to go ahead and see where our all-out war pier finished compression-wise. We ended up putting a whole bunch of swings on this thing. I think we ended up going back and kind of counting them between the pocket rate and everything, and it was probably about 300 swings. It started out at about 55 degrees when we started hitting, and then by the time we were done, it was actually down to like 37, I think, or 36 when we left. So it was pretty cold. Bat obviously held up just fine, and we're sitting right on 250, maybe a hair below 250. So that's awesome to see out of a bat that started out as good as this one. And then as you'll hear in the final thoughts, like I said, I kind of talked to everybody about it so I could give their kind of 2 cents on it. It got crazy hot about 50 to 60 swings in, which is what we expected with kind of what we were expecting here from this new X25 tech, if that's the name they stick with. Yeah, and this side is just a little bit under 250. So we're somewhere between 240 and 250. But again, we're talking nearly 300 swings. We used about 152s, 200 Pro-Ms. And again, the entire time, it was sub 55. Sun went down, obviously, from the very start. And we finished somewhere in the mid-30s. So held up just fine. No signs of any major seaming. I think there's a couple seams, or not seams, sorry. No signs of major webbing in the paint job there at all. Kind of hard to tell, but didn't really see anything. No cracks, no paint, any flakes, anything like that. Let's go talk about it more in the final thoughts. All right, and with that, we are swings complete and final compression complete again here on the Pier All Out War. This is the 12-inch model. We're swinging our 26 1-ounce end load. Again, this is going to be offered in a 12-inch barrel, a 13-inch barrel, and then for I think the first time for Pier, a 14-inch barrel as well. So it'll be real interesting to see how those ones perform. We will do our best to also grab a 13 and a 14 to get out here for you guys as well. We just wanted to have one of this new X25 tech on video for you come obviously early January so that when these drop, you've had something to see kind of how this new tech not only starts out, but obviously holds up as well, since kind of in 2024 and even in the past, you've always had kind of the NDM tech, which is your immediately game ready. It was always kind of up in the air on exactly how many swings you get before it failed. And then you had kind of from 2024, the Irvine, Lambright, CE Roof X that all required a good amount of breaking time compared to a lot of other bats out there, but then obviously got really, really good. But you never had kind of that middle ground, which now I think here with the AOW, the All Out War, you're going to see kind of that perfect blend in my mind. So for us, and again, I talked to Emilio about this as well. Mike, who was out there, Brian, obviously you saw Sierra out there as well. Also, the first female we've been able to get out here on Average Use Slow-Pitch. So awesome to have Sierra out there with us. But with this one, everyone kind of had the same thought. In that first, probably 100-ish swings, since I mean, obviously, so the 52s are the first 100. So from that 100, and then the next probably 30 to 40-ish swings, it definitely felt good. It wasn't quite as hot as, let's say, like the NDM tech, if you've swung that this last year, or if you've seen kind of our review of any of the NDMs from 2024. But it also wasn't nearly as stiff and had a lot more forgiveness than, say, the Tyler Irvine, Lambright, CE, Rufex, things like that. So it definitely was what I think Pierre was going for and trying to find that middle ground. But then all of a sudden, at probably about that 40, 50 swing mark at most with the Pro-Ms, you could tell the feel changed, sound changed, and the ball absolutely started flying. At that point, it felt like you honestly could not miss. Obviously, you can see on this white paint job, plenty of the different ball marks, things like that. Obviously, most of them are higher up on the barrel, but or centered up. But either way, the sweet spot was great. I mean, it's right there with what you'd expect from Pierre these days, right up there with any really of the top bats out there. And then what I really liked about it is, like we said, as it opened up, as you caught high or low, yes, you got kind of the feedback on the hands, sound, things like that to know that you didn't quite catch sweet spot, but the performance didn't drop off really at all. Very, very minor drop off, which if you've watched plenty of the videos in the past, any of kind of the different live stuff we've done on Facebook, TikTok, we've talked about this plenty. But again, the reason for us using that velo out there is so you can see like Emilio out there. If Emilio's average tonight or last night when we were hitting was, let's just say, top speed of 103 off the sweet spot. I don't remember what he hit, but let's just say it was 103 off the sweet spot. Now, if he's hitting 103, 101, 102, 103 repeatedly off the sweet spot, and then he goes ahead and misses high, and now he's at 99, misses low, he's at 99, you can see kind of what the drop-off is in top performance to then your forgiveness performance, versus if you have a bat where 103, 103, 103, then you hit high or low and it's 90, now you know, okay, maybe this bat is really good for somebody who takes a lot of BP, confident in their swing, squares the ball up, things like that, but not so ideal if you're going to be somebody who now misses high, misses low, and you lack some of that forgiveness. And so with this, I think you're kind of getting the best, like we talked about, both worlds. If you still want something that's immediately game ready, pull out of the wrapper and just go, it's still going to be kind of the NDM tech. I assume Pierre's bringing that back here in 2025. But if you're somebody who likes what they kind of saw with the Irvine, CE, all those different bats, but want something they know is going to hold up longer compression wise and still not require as many swings, it's definitely going to be this X25 tech here on the All Out War. Not sure what other models are going to have this, but again, we had nearly 300 swings on this thing, with 200 of them roughly being Pro-Ms, all in temperatures ranging from starting at about 55 down to like mid 30s. So no issues there, no cracks. Yes, I can see some webs kind of in the black paint, but even those aren't like a significant amount. It's not like covering it up. So if this is anything like the NDM tech, as far as once it reaches this now 250 to 245 range, it's still going to last for a while. Both our NDMs we tested here recently, we got to about 100 swings. The compression didn't move a tick at all from that 250, kind of 245 mark. And so that's something to keep in mind as far as that goes. I know something with Pierre, people ask us about all the time. This isn't a overly tacky barrel, but it's by no means like the most recent 12-inch branch where it's a smooth barrel either. So it's got a little bit of tack on it. I do, if I remember correctly, it was a little bit tackier, obviously, before we started swinging it. So if you clean this barrel, I'm sure some of that tack will come back as well. As far as the handle goes, by no means would I call it a flexi handle. I'd go within kind of that semi-stiff range. If you're somebody who's familiar with like Monster, I'd be say it's somewhere around that maybe 4,000 handle range. Not quite the 4,500 or alloy handles. So I think that's pretty nice because I'm somebody who doesn't like a ton of flex either. And then as far as the knob goes for them, a pretty standard knob handle size. I mean, it's nothing super thin, but it's by no means an oversized one you got to worry about. This was one I had no issue swinging without I didn't need like a knob cuff on it. There's some of those handles, knobs out there where I really need to put kind of the knob cuff during the BP so I don't eat into my hands, eat into the bolts, anything like that. But either way, keep your eyes out for the drop on this one. As of now, we don't have a discount code for it from ADS, but if you check out the description of the video, Emilio Lovato, who was with me out there, again, he's with Pierre. We're going to go ahead and throw his code out there for you so you can get a nice discount. His link will be in the description to take you straight to Pierre's site. And then if you use his code, Emilio Lovato, again, if you don't know how to spell that, just check down the description. You'll see it on the screen right now. That'll get you a discount on this and anything else that drops here in the near future. But either way, another great product from Pierre. Really enjoyed swinging it. I know everyone really enjoyed swinging it. It's honestly why we put so many swings on this thing. We planned on just kind of doing the normal 100, 150 swings and then just BPing some of our other bats while we're out there, but nobody really wanted to put this thing down. So hopefully this kind of helped you decide if you want to grab one of these new X25 Tech bats, whether it's the All Out War or anything else that Pierre may drop, or if you want to stick with maybe some of their 2024 models for now, different companies, whatever it might be. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it's informative for you. Thanks for supporting the channel. Keep your eyes peeled for plenty of new drops here coming in 2025, now that a lot of the main lines are going to start dropping. So thanks again. Have a good night.